Canada's national debt has just surpassed $1 trillion for the first time in history.
Canada's economy is more indebted than were many of the countries that suffered the worst debt crises of the last century, and how those crises caused massive human suffering. 4 indicators of a forthcoming debt crisis. 1. Sustained debt buildup, especially household debt. 2. Asset price inflation. 3. Falling output. And 4. Large current account deficits.
That's right. Under a Trudeau government, the debt has soared $700 billion since 2015.
Sorry? The servicing costs on the debt that you're going to have to carry, that you're adding to now, right?
Interest rates are at historic lows, Glenn.
Okay, but it's still a lot of money.
No.
It's still a lot of money.
But what does that mean for people like me and you? Should you even care about this? Well, you should care because the only way to pay this back is to balance the budget, which means either increase taxes on lots of stuff like we're seeing right now, carbon tax, HST, GST, property tax, sewer tax, rain tax, increase in capital gains tax to 66.6%. We can go that route, which is what Trudeau's doing, or we can do the more fiscally responsible route of cutting wasteful spending.
We'll bring down the cost for everyone nationwide. We'll cap spending, cut waste to balance the budget and bring down inflation and interest rates. We'll lower income taxes so people bring home more of each dollar they earn and hard work actually pays off.
Now, I don't think the latter is going to happen. They're just going to raise taxes. So let's break it down right now in this video, what it's really going to mean for me and you and what the world's going to look like in Canada for the next 5 to 10 years. All right, number 1, the more debt we go into, the more money that debt costs us through interest payments. That's right. The government has a credit card basically, like we do. And the more debt they rack up on a proverbial credit card, the more their interest payments are. And the more they keep raising interest rates, which they're done. That game is over, baby. They're going to slash these rates coming up because the economy sucks and their debt is spiraling out of control. The debt payments, just on the interest, is more than Canada can handle. We're not bringing in enough tax revenue. I shouldn't say that too loud because we don't want Trudeau to catch wind that he's got to raise taxes. Oh well, he's already doing that.
Carbon price, it actually puts more money in the pockets of 8 out of 10 Canadian families. That's a parliamentary budget officer who says that. It's absolutely true.
They're in a shitstorm right now. The Trudeau government is looking at the debt going, my God, we can't even keep up. Now that interest rates are at 40-year highs, my problem is just getting 10 times worse, which is why I'm going to come out with the capital gains tax and increase it. Penalize the rich, even though it doesn't. It doesn't. The rich always find a way around it. Why? They're rich. They have resources. They can pick up and leave wherever they want, whenever they want. Me and you, the average Joe, we can't pick up and leave. We're the ones that bear the price. Oh, this new capital gains tax is only going to affect the rich. The 0.1%, Trudeau says. What the fuck are you talking about? Anybody that owns a cottage, which is a lot of normal everyday Joes, when they sell that cottage, bing, 66.6% instead of 50. And the 50 was already fucking ridiculous as it was for a capital gains tax. Do you know that in the US, capital gains tax is 25%? Only 25% of your gains are susceptible to taxes. In Canada, it's 66%. Dude, if you make $100,000 on your cottage that you worked really hard for, you did it, you got the Canadian dream, you own the Muskoka cottage, you did it, dude. You're a carpenter, you're a plumber, you're an auto mechanic, you did it. You got the family cottage. If you make $100,000 because you made a smart investment, a good piece of property, $66,000 of the $100,000 is susceptible to your tax rate, which is probably going to be 40 to 50% for most people where their tax rate is. Taxes in Canada are outrageous. So this is how Trudeau's paying for his debt. Rather than just reeling back the spending, instead of sending Ukraine money, how about you just don't do that? Just keep it in-house. We got to help countries when they're down on their luck. If they're allies and if they're in NATO, no problem. That's what we signed up for. Ukraine is neither. Why are we sending them money when we got people living in tents here, can't afford nothing? Keep the money in-house. How about we just do smart things like that? How about instead of blowing up the public sector, all those job reports that are coming out that look kind of good, the vast majority of the new jobs created are public sector jobs, government jobs. We don't need more of those, dude. We don't need a bigger government. We don't need a bigger public sector. Data already shows that public sector employees have like a 50% less output than a private sector employee. Have you ever met anybody that works for the city? Dude, they ain't working hard. And they'll admit it. They're like, this is great. This is a cushy job. I fucking look at Facebook all day on my phone. You know, I get paid to scroll Facebook for 4 hours. I only really work for 3 to 4 hours out of my 8-hour shift because they're government employees. The data is already so clear on this. The productivity in a government sector job is way less than a private sector job. And the private sector jobs ain't growing. The job reports keep coming out and they're nasty. Nobody's hiring in the public sector, in the real world. In the government world, where money is fugazi, they're just hiring left, right, and center. Stupid. Again, what does this all mean for me and you? It means higher taxes are coming down the road, as long as Trudeau stays in power. And to be honest, I don't even know if it's going to change that much, even if Pierre gets in. He's going to be inheriting such a shitstorm. Who knows if he's going to do it right? Who knows? They might just keep taxes high. He says he's going to repeal the carbon tax. He says he's going to lower that capital gains tax from 66 back to 50. 50 was stupid enough as it is, too high. Who knows if he's going to do that? Now, what's going to have to happen, point number 3, is cutting social and government programs. It has to. There's no other way. There's no way we can balance this budget without cutting stupid shit, but also probably having to cut some good stuff in order to get back to basics, to bring down inflation, true inflation, which is government spending. We're going to have to cut some stuff. Now, here's the thing. The past 10 years, we've been a fat kid eating cake, and our personal trainer has not been anywhere around. So what we need now is a personal trainer to come in and say, dude, cake time, pizza time is over. It's over. It's going to suck. For the next 10 years, it's going to suck, dude. You're not getting no cake. You're not getting no pizza. You're hitting the fucking treadmill every day. You're deadlifting. You're squatting every day. It's going to suck. It's going to hurt. However, after the next 10 years, you're going to have a six-pack and shit's going to be dope. That's my analogy for what this economy is and what it needs to be. We need to get our six-pack back. We need to start deadlifting. We need to start making uncomfortable choices and taking responsibility for ourselves, which leads me to my last and final point of this video. Don't rely on anybody but yourself. Trudeau's a piece of shit. We know that. He's a retard when it comes to economic and fiscal policies. Pierre Poilievre, I don't know if he's much better. I don't know. I ain't put my money on him or anybody. I put my money on me, which is the last point of this video. You got to get your shit together. You got to get your house in order. Okay? You got to get your six-pack. Metaphorically and literally. You got to get your money right. Got to get your career right. Got to get your investing right. Got to get your wealth right. Because the only way to escape this shit and to live life the way you want to live it is on you. And what that really means is you got to learn the money system. You got to learn how the game actually works. You got to learn how the matrix actually runs and learn how to play it. Because right now, you're being played, I guarantee it, just like most people are in Canada. They're just going to their job every day, working hard, putting their punch time in, 8 hours a day, 44 hours a week. That ain't good enough. How's it working out for you? Honestly, let me know in the comments below. How's it working out for you? Oh, but I'm a plumber. I make $40 an hour. I make $50 an hour. That's a great income in Canada. It is if you want to be just above average. Who wants to be just above average? If you're a plumber watching this and you make $50 an hour, I guarantee when you go to check out at the grocery store, when you swipe, you still go, ouch. You still think about money. Oh, that sucked. You're still concerned about money. You need to get to a place where you don't even think about money. And that lifestyle doesn't require a crap ton of money. It doesn't mean you have to be like a jabillionaire. It means you got to make $500,000 to $1 million a year. Sounds crazy. You're probably like, he says it so easily. It is if you understand how the game works. If you understand how the world and financial markets work. And it ain't going to a job every day and working dollars per hour. I don't care if you make $100 an hour. If you're working dollars per hour, you're never going to win. You're just going to coast and live a good life, but not a great one. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about all this? Are we doomed? Is Trudeau going to get shit whipped up? Or does he got to get out? Let me know. See you in the next video.